Hey Greg, let's talk bourbon. So recently I bought a bottle of James E. Pepper. And it's about 60 bucks. It's a barrel proof product. And it comes in this nice new decanter bottle that they've got. That's not the reason I bought it. The reason I bought this is that I have been interested in some of these smaller distilleries that are producing now their own distillate. And I've been hearing about this a little bit. I've seen it a little bit on some people's, other people's YouTube channels, and they're talking about a little bit. Not a lot, but, here and there. And they seem to like it. And I was just in the mood to pick up something new. And so I bought the bottle. And I got to tell you, it is fantastic. I've had a little bit out of here. It's very sweet. Kind of a creamy vanilla, toffee. Very good. Very good. So I thought I would put it to the test. Put it in a blind. I wanted to put it in a blind that was along the lines of other products that kind of in the similar range. So this is all between $40 and $60. Being that this one, after all, was $60. And that they were... I tried to look for ones that are on the sweeter end because I have a bunch of bottles that would fit this general range, probably just within bourbon, about 16 or 17 of them. If I were to include rye, there'd be a bunch more. And how many glasses can I drink, right? So I actually spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out which ones I wanted in here. I think I decided I wanted stuff that's barrel proof or something close to barrel proof. I wanted ones that are on the sweeter end of things. So, I had thought about something like Four Roses here, and I decided against that one because it's a high rye. I wanted to keep things out that were finished. I didn't want OCD 5 in here or Cafe. I can't even think of the name. I just did a video on it too. I also thought about putting Larceny in here. And now this bottle, oh my gosh. This bottle has been such a banger for me. It is in this category of like $60 and under. Larceny has been just killing it. And in fact, I put it in some other blinds where it's been up against stuff that's, $80, $90, $100, $110. And it's beaten quite a few of those. This is quite the banger, and I just figured, you know what, I'm going to keep it out of this for now. If I find that there's another banger in here, I think, then maybe I'll have to try them against each other. So what I've got here is, we got Maker's Mark at 109. Like I said, this being barrel proof, it's only 106. That tells me they probably proofed it before it went into the barrel. And then it's barrel proof coming out. And that's why it's only 106. But the rest of these here, we got, this is 120, 125, 110. This is 117. So the James Pepper will be the least proofy of them. I think it can stand up to it though. But after all, it does claim to be a barrel proof. So it should be able to hang out with them, right? So I had thought about putting in, some other products like Buffalo Trace products, but they're all 90, 100 proof. I didn't think I wanted to go there. There's a bunch of other ones. I just, for one reason or another, just kept them out. Decided on these 6. But just to give you a little bit more information about James Pepper. So this is, according to the website, I had to check this out. This is a blend of some of their older barrels that they had around. And they don't disclose the mash bills. They just say it's corn, rye, malted barley, and malted rye being used in these barrels. So the other interesting thing about it is I went out of my way to keep things that are out of this that are finished. But this actually has a little bit of finish to it, I guess. Although it didn't taste to me like it was finished. This has been put in a barrel that was toasted for this last 18 to 24 months. And they say that these, all the whiskey in here is at least 5 years old. So, anyways, there you go. That's a little bit about James Pepper. I think you know a lot of these other bottles, and pretty popular ones. If you can't quite read this one, this happens to be barrel number 35. So, anyways, let's get into the glasses here and give this a try. So, just so you know, for the blind here, we got bottles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna move these up a little bit, over, and I've got previously mixed up here glasses. There are numbers on the bottom that I can't see when I look through the glass. All I can tell is that there's a sticker there, but I can't see the number. I'm going to refer to them as A to F. So here we go. And by the way, these have had a touch of water put in them, just enough to help it separate. And they've been sitting out now, I don't know, about 45 minutes. I always aim for it to be sitting out about 20 minutes, but by the time I finally get around to drinking, right, it's been about 45 minutes. I gotta say, this one here, glass A, is absolutely lovely. I get a little banana out of it, actually. I get some rye notes, some cloves, maybe a touch of mint. I don't know, that profile kind of fits with a couple of bottles out here. You know, I've been getting myself in trouble doing the natural thing of trying to figure out what bottles it might be. I'm going to try not to do that because that just kind of, I'm usually wrong anyway, so. It's got a great nose though. Class B. A little weaker. But very pleasant. Very sweet. Ooh. Smells like ice cream on a vanilla on a waffle cone. Yeah, like vanilla ice cream and a waffle cone, with maybe a hint of cloves in the background, because who doesn't have that on their vanilla ice cream? That is really smells sweet. All right, glass C. Also a little weaker. Sometimes it takes a minute to get the aromas going here. There we go. I hate to say it, but these, I'm going to probably have a hard time here because I wanted sweeter bourbons. So I tried to pick sweeter bourbons, and well, so far they all kind of smell very similar. Go figure, right? That's what I wanted. Kind of a white fruit, maybe a pear. I also kind of get that banana in there again. Definitely smell the cloves in the background. Maybe a little bit of allspice in this one. Yeah, I would say there is. Smells really wonderful. All right. Glass D. This is more of a red fruit. More like a strawberry. But again, with the vanilla and the confectionery sugar, sweet. There's some cloves, maybe a touch of allspice in the background. This is gonna be tough. None of them stand out. We're all right in the same ballpark so far. This one here is a little different. What would I say that is? I hate to say it, there's a touch of a medicine-iness to this. Okay, I hate to say this. I am going to drive you crazy by saying this. You know how Trenton, your buddy Trenton, over at SLB Drinks, you ever hear him say, it smells like a Band-Aid? This kind of smells like a Band-Aid. That adhesive is what it probably is. Breaking it down, caramel, red stone fruit, a touch of cloves, just a touch. But then it has that artificial like note that kind of smells like that adhesive, right? All right. Letter F. Fruit forward. This is red berries, watermelon, maybe some vanilla on top, maybe a little mint and cloves. Wow. This is a little different than the rest. Very fruit forward on that one. All right. Going in for a taste. One thing I just realized, I often do a warm-up, and I did not do that this time. But this is really good. They're really well balanced, sweet, fruity. Granular sugar, vanilla, but it's very sugary. Then it's got the fruit is more of a white fruit, like a pear. I like a hint of mint on the bottom. Last beat. Now this one's got more allspice to it. Now I hope you're not hearing what's going on down the street outside. I've got the garbage trucks coming through, and they're dumping bottles and stuff like that. It's distracting to me. I hope you guys don't even notice it. It's quite tasty. It's less fruity. It's more in the range of the caramels, maybe into the burnt caramels with perhaps a touch of chocolate, and it's got that allspice finish. But it's not overpowering. Sometimes the spice finish can be overpowering. This is not. Cheese. Gotta love cheese to help reset palate. All right. Letter C. White fruit and cloves, dandelions. got a bit of an allspice finish. The palate, so far, let me take another drink of water here. So far, the palate's a little underwhelming. I mean, it's vanilla, pear. It's kind of in that light range with a little bit of allspice underneath it. But it just seems a little light compared to the others so far. This one smells really good. Tasty. A little darker. A little stronger. This is letter D. It's pretty tasty. It's more of a red fruit. This might have been the one I said strawberry before. It's definitely a red fruit with caramels and maybe a touch of vanilla. But then it's got that allspice finish, but not too heavy. Little cinnamon, little nutmeg, little cloves. That's really well balanced, really, but a little bit darker than a lot of the other, bourbons I got out here. Yeah, this is the one that kind of has that chemically smell to it. Tastes really good though. Cinnamon, spice, everything nice, right? Cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice is what's prominent in this one. There's a creamy. I'm having a hard time with the fruit. There's a little bit of a fruit. There's a little bit of vanilla. The fruit, on one hand, I could see it being like a raspberry. On the other hand, I could see it be like a pear. I know they aren't very similar, but because it's light, I could see it going either way. What's definitely more prominent in this glass is the cinnamon, nutmeg, the allspice. Letter F. This is the really fruit-forward one, if I recall. This is really good. Spicy yet fruity, sweet. Wow. Huh. I wanted stuff that were in the same genre, and I might have done too good of a job of that. All right. I'm getting low on this one because I've been sipping it a lot, trying to get something from it, trying to define it. And I've drank over half of this one already. It has a lovely nose. They all do. It's just light. I'm starting to get a butteriness in this. And there's a bottle here that I think about that I often sometimes get a butteriness out of. So I might know which bottle this is. Now I like the butteriness. Often that butteriness will turn into butterscotch. But it is light compared to everything else here. Yeah. All right. Well, I have to pick on somebody, right? I'm going to pick on letter C here simply because it's lighter than all the rest of them. But I got to tell you, it's good. And I like that butteriness I'm starting to get out of this glass. Yeah. Glass C is going out first. Can I tell you? It's a shame because that was good. That was actually quite good. The problem with collecting good bottles of bourbon is that they're all good. And it's hard to tell the difference between them sometimes, you know? Like, I mean, obviously there's a difference in taste. There's a little difference in, other little nuances, but, when you're just doing little sips back and forth, it can be hard. Now, I do think on my next round of cuts here, I think A is a little soft. E is a little weird with that chemically note. And I'm really liking B and F. They're just really well rounded. They also maybe are a touch stronger than the others. And therefore then their flavors come out a little better. But I think I got to pick on these other three to figure out who's going out next. I can do that again. Okay, I'm going to tell you. A and D. D is a little bit stronger. But otherwise, I mean, like the notes, the tasting notes, what I get out, they're basically the same. It's like I would have thought they were the same bottle. You just put a little more water in that one than this one. They're very similar, and I'm having a hard time. All right, well, I got to go with A next. It's good. Quite tasty. It's just next. What's the problem when everything's good, right? Something good's got to go. I think I've grunted a lot on letter B. It's just really well rounded. But then so is F. All right. I gotta do it one more time. This is so hard. All right. I'm splitting hairs, but I'm gonna go letter E in fourth place, letter D in third place. Those two could have easily been switched. Could have easily switched those two around. It just is how it is. Caramely nose. And fruit. So here you get all the red fruits. The red berry. Maybe even a little bit of hazelnut in there, which I don't think I mentioned earlier. Could even find a little taste of chocolate in there. This one, caramel. So this one's more berry forward. This one's more caramel forward. But it still has a little bit of red fruit in it. Whereas this one is definitely red fruit. And I think you could probably get a touch of chocolate in either one of these. Well, these are both really good, and I'm to do it justice. I'm going to give it a little more water because I ran out. Can you believe that? I ran out of water. I hate doing that in the middle of a video. I need to put more water in my glass. The guy who sets this up for me, I should fire him. I'll just get some vanillas in there now. Wow. Oh. How do you pick? How do you pick? When I run out of liquid in the glass, I'll have to choose. This one definitely has more. It has more cloves. It has more allspice than this one does. No question about that. And it's a little more caramely. Does have some vanilla, does have some red fruit. This one, it's so fruity. With creamy vanilla. And a little bit of allspice in the end. I just ran out of that glass. I've been trying not to pour too much in these glasses because, you know, I got to finish them. Which today would not be a problem because these are really good. Well, I just got to call it the way I see it. Letter B, I'm just enjoying it a little more. These are both really good. I'm really having a hard time with this. But I'm going to go F in second place and letter B in first place, whatever that is. All right, so let's reveal, shall we? In last place, we have number 5. Wow. I didn't see number 5 coming. I don't know if anybody, you all saw this coming. Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. Now, it is only 110, which puts it, there are 3 of the 5 or others here have higher proof than this, right? And then, you know, this does not say that it's barrel strength. Some of these others do. This one and this one and this one do, right? So, in last place is Russell's Reserve. Put it over here. All right. Second to last place. Number 2. Oh, no. It is lovely. It is sweet. But it's just not as strong. And that's what killed it. Number 2. James Pepper. I'm sad about that one. It's really good though. It's really nice. It's really sweet. I was worried being only 106 proof that it wouldn't be able to stand up to the others. And I guess that's what happened. All right. In fourth place. Got a little in this one. Smells great. Oh, this is the one that's a little chemically. I said had that Band-Aid smell. I don't know if you can see it when I show the glass. Number 1. Really? Maker's Mark. I don't associate Maker's Mark with a chemical note. Granted, I've had the regular one most often. I recently got this Cask strength because I used up all the rest of my other makers. And the reason I go through a lot of makers, because I've gone through like 3 bottles of makers, is I also do cook with makers. So that helps me, go through those bottles pretty quick. All right. Well, third place. Third place it is. Number 4. I would buy that based on this nose. Yeah, now that I know that it's 1792, it smells like 1792. It does. 1792 goes out in third place. In second place, it's got a sweeter smell. You know what? I think, okay, now that we're down to 2 glasses, I'm going to guess that in second place is the Barrell. Because I think it smells like Barrell. But is it? Yes, it is. Barrell in second place. Barrell number 35. And this is a shocker to me. Number 3 in first place. Knob Creek 7 single barrel. Now it is 120 proof, so it's close to being, it's really up there in proof, right? It's up there with the 1792, and then even the barrel was 117, right? And the 1792 was 125. This is 120, right? So in our lineup, we have the 3 highest proof as the top 3. I don't know how to fix that. The reason I like proofy products is that it just helps the flavors to come out more. It just does. So, looking up and down, I gotta tell you, okay, so recently in a blind I saw about 15-year bourbon, the Russell's Reserve 15 took it all. It was like the best 15-year around, right? And Russell's Reserve is great, right? And I love that wild turkey smell. But, I wanted, knowing that this was a sweeter bourbon, I wanted to do sweeter bourbons, and boy, let me tell you, this was hard because everything here is pretty sweet. And remember, if you recall, when I got down to these two, I decided I wanted the one that I thought was more rounded, and it had more of the darker, the caramel, and it had more of the allspice. Yeah, that was this one. And this is the one I got a little nutmeg out of. I mean, a little bit of hazelnut, Hazelnut I got out of that. Yeah. I lost track of which one it was I got. I was getting a little bit of butter. I lost track of that. But I will tell you that this is the bottle that I associate in my head with being able to get some buttery notes that sometimes turn into butterscotch. Now, I didn't get any butterscotch today. But, yeah, I don't know. So another little interesting little tidbit on this is that this is the cheapest bottle. This is only a $40 bottle. And it beat a $60 bottle and a $55 bottle. So I suppose you could say that the small distillery, they've got to charge a little extra because they're a small distillery. I guess you could say that. What's Russell's excuse? Why did Russell's, their $55 bottle, lose to Maker's Mark's $40 bottle? I don't know. I think Russell's got some explaining to do. Anyway, that's my blind. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.